And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the Graffiti X, as you see it right there. So let's hop on and get started. I gotta hit the on switch, turn the key, that helps. There we go. All right, so on this video, I want to talk about e-bike satisfaction. And what I mean by that is, were you satisfied with your purchase of your e-bike, or e-bikes plural? So for myself, in the bikes that I have, I'd only have one that I would put in the disappointed category, and not for the performance of the bike. All of the bikes have performed well, but it was more for the controllers going out on them, and that was the Aerial Rider Grizzly. Probably about 7 months into ownership of the bike, I had the one controller for the back motor go out, and then I started riding with the front controller. In the meantime, they were going to send me out a controller, and in the meantime the second one went out, the front one, and so I ended up getting two new controllers. And after the controllers were swapped out for new ones, the bike worked fine ever since that, and it still runs fine today. I don't own it anymore. My friend Keith, who you've seen many times on this channel, and you've seen the bike, he owns the bike now, and he's been riding it. I think he bought it back in June off of me, so he's been riding it for a good 5 months now, and he's had no issues, and I had no issues after the controller swap. So it's kind of odd though that you have two controllers go out. You could have like a, you know, like a, you could have a malfunctioning controller, like a defective one, but what are the chances of getting two of them, you know? And so, and it wasn't just myself. I heard others too having the same problem. But I think when they went from version 2, which was the one I had, to version 3, I think they corrected that problem, because I don't remember hearing anybody, or if there was very few, maybe one or two, if that, ever having an issue with controllers. And in the Grizzly, it's a 52 volt and a 30 amp controller. One for the front motor and one for the rear. So they're not the most powerful controllers in the world, but with those dual motors, it sure gave that bike a lot of zip for hill climbing and etc. But other than that, I've had no real disappointments or anything with any of the bikes that I've had. And this bike, I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, the Graffiti X, but I know some have had issues with the bike, but I personally have had nothing really. The only thing I've had wrong so far with the bike really is the front right turn signal is not working, and so they're sending me another one. But that's the only thing I had wrong. If I tried to turn on the right turn signal in the front, I unplugged it now, but when I would try it, it would, at first it worked a bit, and it was kind of weird because it was working when I did the unboxing, and then when I went to take it out for a ride though, it wasn't working any longer. But when I would go to turn the light on to turn for the right turn signal, turn the switch on for the right turn signal, it would knock all the lights out. And so I thought, wow, so let's just unplug it and see what happens. And then when I unplugged that, front right, everything else works fine. Like the left turn signal, even the right rear works fine. It's just at the front one. So I just left it unplugged now and waiting on the new turn signal. But other than that, I did have one other thing that was a little bit weird, but was the charger stopped, the fan stopped on the charger and the red light was still on. So that's like charging mode with it plugged in charging. And I wondered, was there something wrong with the fan? But I unplugged it, plugged the cord back into the power cord back into the battery and checked the voltage, and it was full. So for some reason the green light didn't come on, but that's why the power supply shut off. The battery charger is because of it was charged already. So I'm getting around, speaking of charging, I'm getting around 66.8 volts on a full charge. I don't know what you guys out there with your Lyric Graffiti X are getting, but I think we're supposed to be around 67.2. So I'm just a little bit under that when I do my charge. It seems like I get about 66.8. Not much different, but a little bit. Still trying to get into the habit of turning off my turn signal after I've turned. And someone suggested, I can't remember who suggested this, holding my finger on the turn signal, and then after you turn you'll remember that you have it holding your thumb, and then afterwards you remember that you had it on. That's a good idea. I should be getting into the habit of doing that instead of just turning it on and then taking my hand off of it, or my finger off of it, thumb. But yeah, let me know in the comments, are you satisfied with the bike or bikes that you've purchased? And if you have, maybe let us know what bike you've been happy with, which one you bought, or which ones, if you bought more than one. And if you haven't been happy and unsatisfied with your bike or bikes, let us know what brand it was and the model. That would be kind of interesting to know, so that people can you know, maybe do extra due diligence before they make the purchase. And it would kind of get the word out there to them that, hey, check out this bike, like make sure you do your due diligence, your homework before you purchase it, because it may have this or this wrong with it. Sometimes we just get one bad lemon in the bunch, but sometimes it could be that bike, you know, is prone to have issues. But also, if you are one of the owners of the Lyric Graffiti X that's already received your bike, let me know in the descriptions, or in the comments I should say, whether you've been satisfied overall with your bike. I know some have had some minor things that they're not happy about, but overall, you know, I haven't done the hill climb, and I see that that's a big one. The off the line, the bike being slow. But On a hill climb, I can see that as being an issue, especially if you're at the bottom of the hill at a dead stop and you're trying to make your climb. You want lots of juice there to get started, especially, right, to get it going. But that's the only thing that I haven't tested yet, and I was gonna do a test today, but it's, you know, at the end of another work day, and plus it's cold out here. It's 40 degrees, and I wanted to get a little bit decent day to do it, and now we're gonna have a whole whack of rain coming, so but I'll get to that. I am curious to see how it does. I'll try doing a couple of times that, like, I want to do one from a stop at the bottom of a hill, and then I also want to do one where I'm just riding along and see how it accelerates or what exactly it does. But yeah, we got the bikes, at least for me and for a lot of folks, in at the end of the riding season, right, for most. And so it's kind of a bummer in that way, unless you're in California or Arizona or Florida or somewhere like that. I can feel that cold hitting my face right now, actually, that wind when you're riding. 40 degrees and having that wind hitting your face, it sure feels cold. So, and the cooler weather is also going to affect the battery, right? And the and how much range you get. I'm at, it's going back and forth between 61.4 and 50. It went up just a bit when I put the regen brake. 61.6. I'm not sure how far you let your battery go down to, but I usually, unless I've done just a really short ride, I usually charge it back up when I get home. Well, it depends though, because sometimes I'll give it a little bit, let it kind of warm up a bit. If it's been out like in the cold like this, give it a little time to kind of get to the room temperature, because I take the bike right in the house. I don't leave it out. I don't take the battery off. I take the whole bike right inside. And so I give it a little time to warm up so that it meets the room temperature more low. And also, if it's been out in the rain, I'll just let it kind of dry a little bit before I charge it up. All right, well, that's going to do it for this video. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to comment on this video or any others, please do leave a comment in the comments below. I'd be interested in hearing from you. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, keep your wheels on the road. See you later.